Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Morning. Students, the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we discuss about a pointer and the star operators. Some more things are there also to be discussed. I'll discuss it in future if time permits. Pointer to functions, function returning a pointers. All these we'll discuss. And pointer pointing to another pointers, which we call double pointers. We'll discuss this. But before that, let me discuss basically a strings. A string is nothing but a set of characters ended with a special symbols \0. A string is nothing but a set of characters, array of characters, but ended with a special symbol \0. The declaration of the string is more or less same as an array. If you look at the first one, it can be defined in two ways. The way we define a simple array of characters, but only thing is that at the end we will be giving a \0 as a special symbols. It's a single characters. \0 is a special single symbol, consists of two characters, but it's a single symbol. Suppose we are writing hasslers, assigning this, which has, let's say, 7 character originally, let's say one, and the last character is \0. We define name 8. The H is stored in the index position 0, and this \0 is stored in the index position 7. Sorry, index position 8 over here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, position 7. Then I can also define, instead of defining this as a string, I can define in very simply, rather than writing so many single quote, I can write down hasslers inside double quote. So if I write it inside double quote, it will be treated as a strings, and by default, at the end of the string, a \0 will be inserted. So for example, if I tell single quote A, it's a character, but double quote A, it's a string. Single quote A is only treated as a character A. Double quote A actually consists of a character A and another character \0. So double quote A is a string, single quote A is a characters. Do remember this. So now, so with this, I can declare hassler same way. It will be stored in the index position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but at the end, by default, a \0 will be inserted. So whichever you like, you use that. The first one, second one, definitely many will say we'll go for the second one. Is it true or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you want to define
Yes,
a string, will you go for the first one, which is a really tough to define, rather will go for the second one or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we'll go for second one. And do remember, at the end, \0 is stored, and \0, the character \0 has a ASCII value 0, which is treated as false in C language. The special symbol \0 is a null character and its ASCII value is 0 basically, and which is treated as false. ASCII value of 0 is 48. ASCII value of 0 is integer 48, but ASCII value of \0 is 0, which is treated as null or false in C programming language. Let me define two arrays like this: name and city. I wrote character city New York, which has 8 number of characters originally. NEW space is one of the character and WORK. And because I define it as a string, at the end \0 will be inserted, hence the length will be 9 over here. But if I write down char city 9 like New York like this, here 8 number of characters will be stored, \0 will not be stored at the end of this. So I could have defined character city 8 also over here. I could have defined 8 because number of characters are 8, one will be kept as blank. But this is not a string. To make this New York as a string in this way, I can add at the end a \0 like this, special symbol. Then this becomes a string. So declaration char city 9 NEW like this is same as the first one what I declared over here. See, it's a valid string. This is not a valid string, but it's a valid array consists of set of characters. So this is a valid string. And I can also define in this way, but this is not a valid string. It is a set of characters which is treated as a character array like this. Okay. So if it is a string, at the end, by default, \0 will be inserted. But if I want to define in this way, I have to insert a special symbol \0 at the end so that it could be treated as a string over here. Understood?
Sir, in the first line, if I
Yes.
write cat city 8 and then in New York in double quotation, then will it give syntax error?
Definitely. It has 8, it has 9. So one character may be discarded to insert this. First 7 character may be taken and then \0 will be inserted. Okay, check it. Okay, sometimes
Sir, I
it's
have a
dependent.
query.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I am saying that suppose in that string in New York, we take the array size as 10 or any bigger size. So what will be the remaining pointers?
Sorry, let me tell what happens actually. Very good questions. Very good questions. What happens actually? In the memory, what happens? Suppose I write 20. So memory will be allocated from certain location. Maybe it started from 9,000. And immediately these characters will be stored ASCII value of N, ASCII value of E like this. But the memory is allocated. Memory is never being erased. In the memory, overwriting occurs. So some previous data is already there. After storing K, the last again \0 ASCII value will be stored. But after that, the previous data available in this location will remain intact. If the previously stored data here is 50, if it's 60, those data will also be available. Understood it? Are yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Somebody asked the question, that person is not saying anything.
Yes, sir.
You say yes. So up to this portion, overwriting occurs. In the remaining portion, no overwriting occurs. The previous data available in the RAM will hold. Understood it?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, in the last Helster name, character name, why it is
Yes.
not a string but an array?
You joined late, I think.
No, sir. Yeah, because in my compiler, if I run it, then \0 is being added automatically.
In case of array,
Yes.
no, it will not be. It will not be. It will not be. It will not be added. Okay, unless if I write inside double quote, automatically it will be added. If I write like this, automatically it will not be added at the end. Okay, so here basically we are specifying it is arrays of characters. Here we are specifying it is a string of characters. Arrays of characters will never add \0 at the end, but if it is a string, it will be added \0 at the end. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then Let's come into this scanf statements. So how to print the whole string on the screen?
Sir, can you just please show the previous slide?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now if I want to display the whole string on the screen, I'll write down, well, yesterday as I was telling, I'll write down %s and address, normally starting address of the first character. But whichever address you give may not be starting the address of the first character. You may be giving address of the third character, address of the fifth character. From there, it will go on printing all characters till it comes across \0. Till it comes across \0, it will go on printing. So %s, rather than writing a for loop to print characters individually, I can write in a single scanf statement to scan all character till I press enter. Sorry, I thought it is a backslash. Printf statement. I thought backslash. So I'll give the starting address. From there, character will be stored till I press enter. But do remember, at the end, a \0 will definitely be inserted over here in case of scanf statements. I declared a character array like this, char str10, then I wrote scanf %str. I need not write inside a for loop to take all characters. I can write a single scanf statement, but the syntax here is %s. Okay, and do remember, I will not be giving $str. I will be giving address of the first character, and address of the whole string is $str. Address of the whole string is $str. Address of the first character is str. So the whatever string I supply, it will go on storing starting from these locations. If someone writes str plus 5, your string will be stored starting from index position 0 or starting from index position 5.
Index position 5.
Yes, starting from index position of 5. If I give, let's say, a string ABC, ABC will not be stored starting from index position 0. It will be stored starting from index position of 5. And starting from index position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will not be overwritten. It will be the old data, whatever is available in the main memory. The scanf has a difficulty. Using two subsequent scanf in a program to scan character, has some difficulties, some problem. Listen to this. So when I write two scanf statements, subsequently scanf followed by scanf, then the system will ask us to give a data. Suppose I supplied a data A, then press enter. If I do this A will be treated for this variable, whatever variable write down, I write ampersand, let us say X. A will be assigned to X. And here I am writing ampersand Y. So what value the ampersand Y will take? Will it again ask for a value, or it will take the next character as enter?
Next character.
Next character as enter. Not because I here have given how many characters? 1 or 2?
1.
No.
2 are 2.
I gave
1 is A and 1 is enter.
One is A, one is enter.
Yes, sir.
Enter is also a character. So A will be accepted by X and Y will be accepting enter. But our objective is not like this. We wanted to give two characters. To X a character, to Y a character. I wanted to give a character A and another character is a B. Then how can I give it? If I'm writing A, enter, then B, then it is taking A and B, it is not taking B. It is not taking B over here. Y is taking this. So how to make it effective in that case? So in between two scanf statement, I have to insert a false scanf statement. A false scanf which will accept enter, and then B will automatically be taken by ampersand Y or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's the problem with scanf statement. Do remember this. When you write two scanf statement to access two consecutive characters, do remember in between you have to give a false scanf statement, otherwise it will not work. Otherwise it will take the enter command in the second ampersand Y, it will take the second one. So that's a very important point. Okay, you may encounter when you write program for this. So that is yes.
Sir, can you explain
one by one? Yes.
Sir, can you explain that one once again, that false entry one?
Then a false entry. So what happens basically? Suppose I have two scanf statements. Let me tell. I wrote a scanf statements, and this is scanf percentage C. Let's say ampersand X. Then I have a scanf statement again percentage C and ampersand Y. So the computer will halt whenever we execute these statements. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then suppose I'm giving a value 5 and then press enter. How many characters did I supply?
2.
2. One is 5, one is enter.
Enter.
And who will accept 5?
X.
Sir, X.
Means ASCII value of 5. And who will accept this enter?
Y.
Y
Y.
will accept this enter. I wanted to give a character 5 and a character 6. Can I give it to X and Y? No.
No.
So I have to nullify these statements. I have to nullify this enter. How to nullify this? I'll write a scanf statement in between percentage C and percent CH, so that 5 will be taken by this, enter will be taken by this, and then 6. If I press 6, 6 will be accepted by Y or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the reason for which a false scanf statement needs to be inserted in between this. It doesn't happen in case of an integer. If I scan to integer, it doesn't happen, because integer, what we do, basically, in case of integer, I write down 50, put a space, write down 60 over here. Even if I give two character A, then space, and then B, then A will be taken by first C, and this blank will be taken by the second or not. And a blank
Yes,
is
sir.
also a character.
Yes, sir.
But blank is not an integer. Blank is not an integer. So integer is 50, integer is 60. But here I am giving 2 character or 3 character?
3.
3 character. By writing 50 space 60, I am giving 2 integer or 3 integer?
2 integer.
Yes, sir.
Two integer.
2 integer will taken by 2 variable. But if it is percentage C, now I have given 3 character. First will take A, second will take,
Blank.
this B will not be taken. And so to make it effective, I have to give a false scanf statement in between this. Understood it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now with this, so we'll proceed. So let's say I want to scan a value for A and B. I declared a third variable explicitly CH. If I do this and write down 2 character, let's say X space Y, X will be taken by A, Y will be taken by B, or a space will be taken
Space will be taken by B.
either space, or if I press enter, enter will be taken. So for that, to make it effective, I'll write on a scanf in between. So the false \n will be taken by this CH. Understood it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I go scan it, if I want to display the whole string on a string, sorry. If I want to display Nikhil the whole string on the screen, I do not have to write a loop for this. I can write on percentage S and the starting character address from where I would like to print. If I give the 5th character address on a string, it will go on printing from the 5th character till comes across \0. If it doesn't come across \0, it will go on printing from that memory location wherever it gets \0. So now, so \0, if you look at this, suppose I wrote character name and Dr. Achyuta Samanta. You know, he is the founder of this Tim TV.
Yes, sir.
So he's an eminent social activist \0. Then this, look at this. In this case, if I want to print Dr. Achyuta Samanta, I can write down simply print a percentage name. I don't have to write down ampersand name. Name is the address of the first character. So it will go on printing that from here. As you know, in case of a string, at the end of the string, \0 is automatically inserted. It will go on printing up to this. But suppose I wrote it like this way. Name plus 4. Will it print starting from D or will start printing from A?
From A.
From A.
Yes, it will start printing from A. So however, look at the professor 50. Professional. I wrote PROF. Will it go on printing eminent social activist \0 and educationist, or it will stop after printing eminent social activist?
So,
It will stop after eminent social activity.
Why?
Eminent social
No,
activities.
backslash zero.
Because
Backslash zero
backslash zero is written.
yes, backslash zero will be encountered, so it will stop printing rest. Now, if I give the address of this character could be prof plus 20 or 30, I don't count. Then it will go on printing from here till the end. Understood it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I write down, let's say prop 9, it may be printing, let's say social activist. But if I write down something, so then instead of writing printf and scanf, I can also make use of gets and puts command. Gets will go on scanning the whole string and put it in an array whose address is mentioned here. We'll mention the starting address normally, but whichever character address you give, it will go on storing data or character from that till the end. Gets command. More or less same as printf, only thing here percentage s will not be written. Percentage s will not be written in case of gets. Puts also same way. I'll be supplying the starting address. It will go on printing till it comes across backslash zero. Only difference is that percentage s will not be written. Rest of the things will be same. So gets str, we can also write down puts str. If I write down gets str plus 5, will it store your string starting from the first position or starting from the index number 5?
Index number 5.
Number 5.
Yes. This should always be address of the character platform. Now, if I want to display this name consists of few characters, I wrote p of 20. So after this n, it will store backslash n. So total number of character, if you go on counting it, so possibly index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8 number of characters starting from index 0 to 7. But when it is stored in the 8th position, we'll also have backslash 0. I can write on while I less than equal to 7, print it. It will go and print Klinsmann. I do not know where the Klinsmann ends. The counting is very difficult task. 0, 1 count karo, kahan n khatam hota, I do not know. Then I can write on pi not equal to backslash 0. जब तक backslash 0 नहीं होता है, I'll go on printing the characters pi. I will be increased every time. Do I need to write on pi not equal to backslash 0, or I can write on only pi?
PI.
I can write on pi because the moment pi becomes backslash 0, it will be false. I'll come out of this. Understood it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I can do it by using percentage s also. I can do it using percentage s, so that whole string will be displayed. I need not to count it. Instead of writing printf, I can write on gets also. Gets bracketed p, it will go on printing from there. Now let's discuss few problem on this strings.
So can you show the previous slide?
Yes. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Proceed.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very good. First problem. Copying a string from one array to another array. We have an array, source array. I like to copy the contents of the array to a destination array. Is the problem understood?
Yes, sir.
So we have an array consists of some characters. Let's say in the source array, we will copy to the destination array. How could I do this? Coming back normally, how we do this? Declare the variables. Assign an index I to 0, which is pointing to the first position of the source array, first position of the destination array. And read the string from the keyboards. Look at this. I have a source string declared to be 100 characters, destination strings declared to be 100 characters, can be different also. Enter the source strings. I wrote scanf percentage s src. Up to this is understood, black color, yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we have given a string hello, so that at the end of the hello, backslash 0, all are, it's not hello. When storage occurs, this will be ASCII value of h, ASCII value of e, and ASCII value of backslash 0. Write a loop which will copy starting from the starting position till it comes across backslash 0. It will copy including backslash 0. Backslash 0 will also be copied. Okay, we'll write a loop. So my loop should run how many times? till I comes 5 times, 10 times, or till I come across backslash 0?
Till I come across.
Can you write a while statement here? Nikhil?
Not do while. Yes, sir.
Yes, can you suggest what should I write? While?
So we can use do while.
Do while or while do?
While.
Do while भी होगा. Do while भी अच्छा है.
Do
Very
while.
good. Do while is also good suggestion. I have never thought of. Do while is a very good suggestion. After copying, we'll see. अच्छा while में बता दो. Do while सही suggestion बोला था तुमने. मैंने तुम सोचा नहीं चेंज कर दूंगा. हाँ. While बोलो. While. अरे while तो बोलो क्या लिखेंगे?
While I is less than equal to backslash 0.
Yes, SRCI is not equal to backslash 0. जब तक नहीं होता है, we will copy destination I to source I, then I will be increased by 1 unit. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But with this, will you copy backslash 0 or backslash 0 will not be copied?
No, not copied.
Not be copied.
Will
Not copied, not copied.
So outside the loop, we'll also write down this happens like this. Outside the loop, we'll copy destination I assigns to backslash 0. But do while में हो जाता है. And printf the destination strings I'll print. Is it understood? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you copy a file from one to another?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Destination I equal to backslash 0 क्यों हुआ?
अरे पूरे स्ट्रिंग कॉपी करेंगे तो हेलो तक कॉपी करें या बैकस्लैश 0 भी कॉपी करेंगे?
सर तो ऊपर तो while loop में लिख ही दिया था.
while में लिख दिए if source I is not equal to backslash 0 कॉपी करो. बैकस्लैश 0 होने से कॉपी होगा क्या इधर? Will it be copied?
No, sir. No, sir.
It will not be copied. Will come out and outside we should copy it explicitly. Understood it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
But one student suggested, I don't recall the name, but he suggested rightly do while could have been a better solution.
Yes, sir. Then we don't have to add the null type.
This, yes, very right.
While में पहले ही होता है.
I have never thought of this. Okay, good. Thank you a lot. Now, can I replace the statement like this? Look at this. Can I write a single statement like this, where this will not also be written? After देखो, मैं इसीलिए do while नहीं लिखा था.
Yes, sir. लिख सकते हैं. Yes, sir.
इसीलिए do while नहीं लिखा था. Now देखो, can I do all these by a single statement? Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
इसी का समझ में आ रहा है, निखिल?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. आ रहा.
थोड़ा complicated है, but it's interesting. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We'll write source to destination. After writing my I will be increased by
1.
and the moment I copy backslash 0, this will return a true value or false value.
False.
If it returns false, I'll come out of this. Is it understood? How could I do this? All this using a single statement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
इसीलिए मैंने do while नहीं लगा था, ठीक है? Now, next question. Find length of the strings. Find length of a strings. How can I find out the length of the strings? Declare variables. Initialize variables. I'll declare a variables. Let's say char str100. I initialize I assigns to 0. Assign a string to the array. Can I assign a string to the array by using gets or scanf percentages?
Yes, sir.
Or in the declaration statement, I could have also assigned to something. Hello, brother. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we entered a strings, and the string is basically brother backslash 0. Now I'll run my group to count the number of characters over here. So I'll go on counting it till I come across backslash 0. My I is 0. So I did it. While str I is not equal 0, I'll keep on incrementing my I. So when this I is 0, is it backslash 0 or no? अरे बोलो, अभी backslash 0 है क्या?
No.
No.
I go I equal to 1. No, I equal to. When I became 7, backslash 0, I'll come out of this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my length of the string is basically 7 over here. I'll print the length of the strings. Look at this. Instead of writing two statements here, I can initialize my I to -1. Can I write a single statement like this while str plus plus I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
I can also do it this way. I can also do it in this way. A little bit complicated to understand, but writing.
So we can do I equals to 0 and I plus plus.
हाँ, I plus plus करने से काम नहीं करेगा. ये लूप में I plus plus करोगे तो फिर 0 लेके काम करना पड़ेगा. फिर बाहर आके माइनस करना पड़ेगा।
Okay.
ठीक है। So next question is frequency of a character in a string. Find out how many times a particular character repeats in the strings. Find out how many times a particular character repeats on the strings. Declare the variables. I declare an array B. CH is my character, which I will see how many times it is repeated. And for that, I use a counting variable initialized to 0. I is basically the loop to be run till I come across \0. So I enter the string. I wrote gets B. I can write scanf percentages B. Okay. And I'll also scan my character CH, which I'll be counting number of times. Count number of times. ये समझ में आया कि नहीं है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now my loop will run. I wrote while BI. If BI is \0, I'll come out of this. If BI is \0, I'll come out of this. If CH equal to B of I plus plus, if my character is equal to B I plus plus, I'll increase my count by 1 unit or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I wrote I plus plus. Can you tell the reason for which I wrote I plus plus here? I could have written outside also. Outside लिखने से मेरे को एक ब्रैकेट देना पड़ता है कि नहीं
ब्रैकेट देना पड़ेगा. Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
without
sir.
giving a bracket, I could manage it or not? This case, I could manage without giving a bracket. Yes or no? Abbas?
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I didn't put any bracket. I made this if single statement and while also became a single statement. Now while में bracket देना पड़ा ना if में देना पड़ा. I could manage it. Then I can print this. Now look at this. Can I write like this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or interesting. While BI count equal to count plus CH double equal to BI plus plus. When this is equal, a 1 will be returned. If they are not equal, 0 will be returned. I could avoid using if statements. Understood this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I write like this? ये थोड़ा समझाऊंगा मैं अभी. This I will explain you. Now comma operators. When I talk, comma is used as a separator, comma is also used as an operator. If I have an expression, let me say my next
slide is not visible.
अरे वो वहाँ बस कॉमा लगा होगा वहाँ चेंज ही नहीं हुआ स्लाइड तो.
Slide change नहीं हुआ. I'm explaining. If we have an expression E1, comma E2, suppose we have two expressions separated by comma operators. Expression 1 is evaluated first. Expression 2 is evaluated next. And the whole statement returns. The whole statement returns the value of the right-hand side expressions, not value of the left-hand side expressions. With this, if I write a statement like this, A assigns to 5, comma, B assigns to 0. This will return a value true or false.
False.
Had it been 0, this would have been 10. True or false? True. Very good, you have understood this. Very good, you have understood this. So this statement is evaluated first, then the next statement, and the value of the right-hand side expression is returned as the value of the whole expressions. With this understanding, do you understand this single while statement? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
While count equal to count plus CH double equal to this. ये हो गया. Compare हो गया. Then I wrote BI plus plus. Will return the value of BI. If BI is \0, treated as false, will come out of this. If BI is not \0, will again enter, but before entering my I should be increased by 1 unit or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
समझ में आया कैसे मैंने ये लिखा था, इसको कैसे एक लाइन में भी कन्वर्ट कर दिया.
एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर दीजिए.
ये समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
ये आ गया सर सेकंड वाला.
आ रहा. अब कैसे किया मैंने? Now look at this. Let me tell. जानता हूं थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा लेकिन नामुमकिन नहीं है. So I have how many statements inside the while loop? Tell me.
Two.
अरे कितने स्टेटमेंट तो बोला करो,
Two, sir,
कितना
two.
help करोगे?
Two statement.
statement. थोड़ा बहुत हेल्प करो मेरे को. Two statements. First statement is E1, second is E2. Which statement will be executed first?
E1.
E1 समझ में आया कि नहीं है बोलो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
When it executes E2, it will first find out B of I and then I will be increased by 1 unit. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me B of I. B of I in a string, when it comes across \0, it will only return false. Other than \0, any character A, B, C, hello, all character will be returning a value true or false.
True.
And the expression true value is returned. If it is true, I will be increased by
1.
One.
and then again we'll also execute the same statement or not.
Yes.
Because semicolon I have given as a null statement. From null it will return back. Again we run it. And then I'll go to the next character. Like this. The moment it comes across \0,
False.
and when it gives false, will come out of the loop or not?
Yes, sir.
क्या इसी का ठीक लग रहा है?
हाँ सर ठीक
ठीक
लगा.
है, दूसरे लोग को सही लगा कि नहीं लगा?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
बहुत सही लगा.
इसको डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, वो पुराने वाले में जा सकते हैं. नो प्रॉब्लम. यू कैन, इफ यू फाइंड डिफिकल्ट, यू कैन गो विद दिस आल्सो. एब्सोल्युटली नो प्रॉब्लम. But try to write complicated program with small statements, complicated. It will help you a lot in understanding the C. Is it understood now? Should I proceed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
कोई कुछ बोल रहे हैं?
Sir, I have a problem with test because whenever I log in Git module at the time of test, there then show that there will be no any course available. I mailed to you and called to you, but I didn't solve that problem.
क्या ये इसका साथ है कि और कुछ है?
पढ़ाई चल रहा है यहाँ.
हाँ, तो क्या बोल रहा है मतलब?
किट मॉड्यूल पे जब क्विज देता है ना, तो वहाँ पे बोलता है
क्या बोल क्या रहा है? वो क्या किट का स्टूडेंट है?
यस सर.
सर उसका किट मॉड्यूल पे क्वेश्चन नहीं शो होता है क्विज में, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं.
सबका होता है, तुम्हारा क्यों नहीं होता है?
वो बोल रहा है कि कोर्स शो नहीं हो रहा है.
पैसा दिया तुमने?
यस सर, मैं सब कुछ पेड है मेरा, सब सारे
कब दिए?
At the time of admission.
नहीं, don't tell at the time of admission. Tell me the date.
Sir, date actually date तो याद नहीं है. मैं
याद करो. कुछ गलती तुमसे होगा.
सर सारे
पेपर आ रहे हैं, तो तुम्हारा क्यों हो रहा है? नहीं, पैसा लेट में दिए होंगे. वो चीज तुम छुपा रहे हो 300 बच्चों के सामने में.
नो सर. अच्छा, मैं अभी जस्ट वेट करी, मैं आपको लास्ट क्लास
हो नहीं सकता, हो ही नहीं सकता. छुपा रहे हो.
वेट सर, मैं मेल कर देता हूँ.
3 महीना पहले पैसा दिया कि 10 दिन पहले पैसा दिए?
3 months ago दिया था मैंने.
3 महीने पहले देने से नहीं होता, ऐसा नहीं होता. कितने दिए थे 3 महीने पहले?
सर 175,000.
नहीं, ऐसा तो होना नहीं चाहिए. कुछ लोग का ऐसा हुआ जो पैसा नहीं दिए थे, जो विड्रॉ करने के लिए लिखे, वो सबका जो पैसा दिया उनका नहीं हुआ.
नहीं सर, मेरा सब कुछ अप्रोप्रिएट है. मैं आपको सर ये भेज देता हूँ. मेरे पास ये है, क्या कहते हैं उसको, बिल है मेरे पास.
भेजने का जरूरत नहीं है. व्हाई योर नेम, हैव यू अपीयर द मिड सेम?
यस सर.
फिर कैसे में अपीयर किए?
सर वो सारे क्वेश्चन आते हैं बस आपके सब्जेक्ट के, ना आपके मेल आते हैं मेरे को, ना आपके पेपर आते हैं मूड पे.
और मेरा सब्जेक्ट नहीं आता, फिर क्लास कैसे किए?
क्लास होता है, लेकिन आपका मूडल पे जो है ना, सो मूडल पे आपका कोर्स अवेलेबल नहीं होता है.
कैसे मालूम चला मेरा जूम आईडी?
सर वो तो मैं ग्रुप में हूँ, तो जूम आईडी कैसे नहीं पता चलेगा?
कैसे पता चलेगा? मैं तो इंडिविजुअल मेल लिखा, मैं तुमको थोड़ी ना लिखा.
वो मेल पहले आया है, वो मेरे को मेल आया है, उसके बाद मेल आना बंद हो गया. जिस दिन से आपने भेजा था ना, देखिए ये इस डेट को टेस्ट है, अपीयर तैयार रहना, रेडी रहना, वो मेल मेरे को नहीं आया है.
रोल नंबर भेजो आज, ठीक है? सेंड मी द रोल नंबर, आई चेक.
ओके सर.
पता नहीं क्या कर. नाउ लुक एट दिस. इज इट अंडरस्टूड और नॉट?
Yes sir.
बोल देते हैं बीच में, मतलब पढ़ाई चलता है, वो मॉडल बड़ा दिमाग खराब. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Concatenating one string with another one. We have two strings S1 and S2. we will concatenate string 2 with S1 so that S1 will become a single string. S2 will remain as it is, and string S2 will be concatenated with string S1 so that S1 will become a single string. My S1 string contains hello, S2 contains brother. After concatenation, my string will become hello space brother ended with \0. Is the problem understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have already discussed a problem how to find out length of a strings, and that function can be used over here. Anant, switch off your audio. Now come. Int length, I wrote it a function. The return type is an integer. We'll find out the length of the string to whom S is pointing to. To whom S is pointing to. So S is addressed to a character. If S is pointing to this first character, I initialize my counter to -1. I wrote while S plus plus K. While S plus plus K. K will be increased fast. K became 0. First, after incrementing, K will become Rishikesh, Nikhil. K क्या होगा?
0.
Look at this. Look at this. K, we have initialized K to -1. When I run for the first time, K will become
0.
Will it return false value or true value?
True value, sir.
True value.
After that, again I enter here. When I enter, my K will become
1.
true or false?
True.
ऐसा ऐसा चलता रहेगा. यहां तक ट्रू आएगा कि नहीं आएगा?
Yes, sir.
And when my K points to this, K 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when K points to this,
False.
will it return true?
False होगा.
False.
होगा.
Come out of this and return the value of K, and my K is the length of the string. Understood it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You have understood how to write this function?
Yes, sir.
Write also function. Function लिखोगे. Look at this. When we concatenate, I assigns to 0, J assigns to length of S1, J assigns to length of the first strings, and length came out to be 5. If length came out to be 5, then starting from the 5th position, I must make it space. I must give a space over here or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
वो space लेकिन दिया नहीं. You have to add it. क्या add करने से space होगा? Can you tell?
Backslash.
Yes. क्या लिखोगे? नहीं, हाँ.
Backslash T.
नहीं, backslash नहीं. वही थोड़ा सा गलती बोले. हाँ, क्या लिखे? S1 of J assigns to space. समझ में आया कि नहीं है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You will write down this. I forgot to write. After doing this, my J will be increased by 1 unit. J plus plus. Now let me come to this. So it was 5 length. In this position, we wrote a space. Then my J became this. Is it understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then while S1 J plus plus, S2 I plus plus. Which one will occur first? Increment will occur or copy will occur first?
Copy.
You copy, your B will be copied here. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After copying, J will come to this position, I will come to this position. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And the character which is copied, that character will return to be treated as true or false. Yes or no?
True.
If it is true, we'll again repeat. In the next repetition, again we copy. B, R will be copied. Then J will go to the next position, I will go to this position. Understood it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In this way, when we copy \0, we will copy, then this will return a true value or false value.
Also,
And with that false will come out of the loop. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So one thing I forgot, please write a space in between, okay? Otherwise the whole string will become hello backslash 0, then brother backslash 0. I forgot to write this.
Sir, how
Understood?
do we write space?
Yes, sir.
मैंने लिख दिया ना, S1J or S, you can write S, a single statement if you want to write like me. मैं जैसे लिखता हूं, अगर ऐसा लिखोगे तो क्या लिखोगे? S1J plus assigns to space. एक स्टेटमेंट भी हो जाएगा, ठीक है? अरे हाँ तो बोलो कम से कम, और
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
कुछ बोल ले रहे मतलब. So it will continue like this, okay? So without giving a space. ये हमारा हो गया, लेकिन स्पेस नहीं लगा. लेकिन स्पेस देने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to write a space.
Space assign करना.
स्पेस असाइन करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? मैंने बिना स्पेस में कर दिया. हेलो ब्रदर, ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए, बट वी शुड प्रोवाइड ए स्पेस ओवर हियर. वेरी गुड. नाउ concatenating two strings कैसे किया मैंने, देखो अभी. Variable declarations. Do you understand the variable declaration? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
String one, string two enter कर दिए. समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand why do I insert this
Yes.
scanf in between?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is the false scanf.
Yes. Enter को.
Enter को हैंडल करने के लिए.
Yes,
Nullify enter. I gave it. लूप चलाएंगे. क्या लिखेंगे लूप में? लिख चुका हूं. I assigns to 0. ठीक है? And J will length of this while J plus plus this. हो गया. And we have a function here. Remember. अरे समझ में आएगी नहीं है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So string length can also be a function. All these things, string copy not required. So today you write down all these codes here. Okay? You write down
Okay,
all
sir.
these codes.
Yes, sir.
पूरे कोड तुम लिखो. ठीक है?
ठीक है.
तो पिछला वाला स्लाइड सही.
आप दिखा देता हूं. यही. इसको कहां पे लिखोगे? पहले
मेन से ऊपर.
मेन से ऊपर.
मेन से ऊपर.
यस.
सर वो तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता ना मेन के ऊपर.
फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मेन से अगर नीचे लिखोगे तो यहाँ you have to give a declaration.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. वहाँ पे डिक्लेयर करना पड़ेगा.
फर्क तो
और एक
पड़ेगा.
स्टेटमेंट ज्यादा लिखना पड़ेगा.
Please show previous slide.
यस, यही और पुराना वाला, ये वाला.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, समझ में आया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today you write down all these programs which I told to copy a string from one to another, then another you write down. Compare two strings. खुद से करोगे. Compare two strings. Compare two strings. Return 1 if they match. Return -1 if they match. Else return an integer value. Else return an integer value mentioning the position where first mismatch occurs.
Okay, sir.
Let me tell about this. What I told basically, we have two strings. Okay, we have two strings. This is one string. This is another strings. Let me say here we have written Biswajit. Something. Let's say Sau. In another strings we have written also Biswajit. Like this. We'll go on matching the characters one after another, and possibly the first mismatch occurs after J. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In one place is JIT, JET. So if there is a mismatch, return the position where the mismatch occurs. The position is index 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Return 6. If the string matches till \0, if it matches, what value it returns?
-1.
-1.
Okay, write a function for this. Write a function to compare two strings, and it returns -1 If it matches, if it doesn't match, return the position where the first mismatch occurs. Write a function for this. This is string S1, string S2. So your function should be, let me say, match. Return type is an integer. First parameter must be pointer to a character. Second must also be pointer to this. Then you compare. This is the assignment you will do besides the program which I discussed. Don't use library function, string compare. Understood it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Question is understood. You do it from left to right and find out the first position where mismatch occurs. If they are matching, it will return -1. And when you will do this, you will do for one case where they matches, you will take another case where they mismatch. Okay? In one case where they matches, in one case where they do not match. Understood this?
स्विच किस टाइप में बनाएंगे सर?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
This.
समझ गए सर?
Okay. So let me now. अच्छा राजश्री ना.
हाँ सर, नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
हाँ बोलो.
सर मैं अपना रोल नंबर कहाँ पे भेजूं? मेल करूं?
कहाँ में मेरे सर पे भेजोगे क्या?
सर बिकॉज आपने डेट पूछा था तो मैं 5/10/2021 को मैंने मतलब पे किया था.
पूरे पैसा?
यस सर, 175 मेरे पास रिसिप्ट था. अब
इतना लेट होना नहीं चाहिए तुम्हारा, पता नहीं क्या. रोल नंबर लिख के भेजो.
ठीक है, मेल करके.
हाँ मेल करके कौन सा सेक्शन में हो सब कुछ भेजो.
ओके ओके सर. और सर मेरे 2 टेस्ट इसके कारण छूट गए हैं, तो मेरा मार्क्स कैसे मिलेंगे?
मैं फिर तुमको टेस्ट लूंगा, भाईवा लूंगा.
ओके सर.
थर्ड टेस्ट दे दो.
ओके सर.
हाँ ठीक है. नाउ आई ऑलरेडी चेंज्ड इट टू योर breakout room. You can enter to your breakout room. Still, if you have any doubts, you can ask me before entering to breakout room also. You can enter breakout room if you do not have any doubt. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. हाँ किसी को कुछ डाउट पूछना है और you will enter to your